Now, I find this absolutely fascinating because AI is becoming better and better, yet companies don't want to use it because the players don't want it. And when you look at the reason on why players don't want it, it's absolutely fascinating. You see, there is an unspoken part of the internet. Places where you have fandoms, places where you have various communities, and these places are huge. They're very small individually, but together they form a huge ecosystem. Like, for instance, the furry fandom. There's probably millions of furries out there. All of them have money. You know, immoral individuals, but financially profitable. And at the pillar of the furry community, you have the artist. And the furry community is just one, right? Like, you also have the anime community. Again, millions of other people. And then every single Western shit, Rick and Morty, other bullshit that people watch, Steve Universe, I don't fucking know. They have their own communities. Like Hasbin Hotel, for instance, has a massive community. And in all these communities, you have artists. They got Patreons, they got subscribe stars, they got Discord servers, and they have people gravitating around them. And they actually farm goodwill. They don't farm goodwill by being moral people. They don't farm goodwill by, being the type of person that you want your son to grow up as. They farm goodwill by actually providing a service for the people that are interested in buying it. And so if people want to see big furry tits, that's what they're going to draw. And they're involved with their community. They talk to people. They're not arrogant. They're not assholes. I'm pretty sure most of you guys, you probably have certain communities that you go to, and you know what I'm talking about. Right? Like, that artist that isn't arrogant, is a nice person that always treats others with respect. Has been there for like more than 10 years, polishing his craft. You saw them grow. And so when something comes up that can absolutely destroy his entire livelihood, like it takes for him 1 week to do what a prompt can do in 10 seconds, a lot of people are now feeling obligated to show support. And they're basically saying, no, if this game has AI, we're not going to buy it. I'm not saying if it's good or bad, I'm just noticing that it's what's happening. And apparently, like, there's sufficient people from across different fandoms, different communities that sometimes even hate each other. Left-wing people, right-wing people, degenerates, and people that like safe for work, that have circled around their artists, have circled around their content creators, and they're saying no. And companies are placed into this difficult position right now, which, by the way, the reason they're placed is because the company doesn't have the goodwill. Like, the company has mocked, ridiculed the consumer nonstop, called them racist, sexist, bigots, attacked their own fan base. And so there's no one defending that. There's no one like saying, oh yeah, you're supposed to use AI. No. Meanwhile, the artist didn't do that. Sure, like a furry artist may have said like bad things towards right-wingers and bad things towards people that like anime, whatever, But it was outside their community. It was outside their client base. They knew to treat the customer with respect. So now the customer and all their friends, they feel the need to protect their artists. Now, I would say it's a little bit disingenuous to put all of the AI in the same bucket because I do think like some players are fine with some AI while they're not fine with others. Like, for instance, if you guys played Heroes 3 of Might and Magic, do you guys remember there was a random map generator, right? Like, an AI generates that. But, it's not like the type of AI that would get people to stop playing the game. I mean, it's just a map generator, right? So, like, a certain AI is fine, like generating terrain and shit. But if you're a massive corporation and you have hundreds of billions of dollars, you're telling me you can't pay some artist to do the shit? Like, you gotta now rely on AI? Because at the end of the day, I have seen games on Steam that are small video games, like one guy managed to do it, one indie developer did it, and maybe the game has like one song that's made with AI because like the guy literally doesn't have money, and people are willing to forgive that. People are willing to go like, yeah, okay, sure, whatever. But if you're a big company and you want AI to make your entire game or to make like the big pieces of your game. No, like gamers are going to give you their middle finger, especially because today AI isn't as developed as it should be for a AAA product. And on top of that, you also have the original thing that I'm talking about. People genuinely don't want artists to lose their jobs. Now, what I find also interesting is that one type of AI is something that could actually be used. I think like most people would allow it. Unfortunately, governments don't like it. So if you know about Darth Vader from Fortnite, right? Like he's already creating a lot of mayhem, but players absolutely love it. The idea of having an NPC that's connected to an AI and can talk to you in real time and stuff, yeah, that's not lazy. You're not taking anyone's job. Like, that's something that no human can replace, right? If you're just having an AI so that you got a companion that's talking with the player, and you can play a single-player game that feels like multiplayer because one of the characters there is actually animated by an AI, people love that. But unfortunately, as we get to see, the governments step in, right? Any integration of AI technology into our products or services may result in new or enhanced government or regulation scrutiny, litigation, confidentiality or security risks, ethical concern, negative user perception as to automation and AI. So in other words, right, like Fortnite is opening itself to this. Like it's very brave for having the first NPC AI in the game, which is Darth Vader. But as we know, Darth Vader says slurs. Like, there are certain slurs, certain things that are actually illegal in Germany. Can land you into trouble, into legal trouble if you play a game and someone hears, Darth Vader talking about the Jews. Big trouble, and that can lead to a potential scandal. Now, Fortnite is willing to take that risk, but other companies aren't so courageous. Not to mention, apparently, Darth Vader made inappropriate comments towards a 17-year-old. Like, that was on Twitter. A 17-year-old was playing Fortnite, and Darth Vader asked him, what does he think about Chun-Li's ass? Like, that is unthinkable, right? Like, a 17-year-old, it's a child. You can't talk about Chun-Li's ass with a person that's 17. It causes outrage. It can get the government involved. It's illegal in some countries, right? Like Darth Vader, the AI, was grooming that little kid, that poor little boy. And so, companies don't want the hassle. They don't want the risk. And the question is, well, what's going to happen? I think what's going to happen is that AI is actually inevitable. At certain points, you're going to have it. But the companies that don't use it are going to get a lot of prestige. Think about how Disney went from classical cartoons, the hand-drawn animation cartoons, to digital shit. Now, the digital stuff works. It looks okay. But for one, I don't know, maybe I'm nostalgic or something, but I do prefer the old cartoons. I do prefer the ones that are hand-drawn and hand-animated. But hand animation is more expensive, it's more difficult. Finding people that can do it now in 2025, it's almost impossible to find an entire team that can draw the same character that way. And so when you do see someone making a hand-drawn animation cartoon, well, all of a sudden, it looks great. You want to see it. And I think it's going to be the same with AI. I don't think like artists are going to lose their jobs overnight. But I do think that slowly, they're not going to necessarily be phased out, but instead of a company hiring 10 artists, they're just going to hire 2. I think that's what's going to happen. And the companies that do not use AI at all are going to be far more interesting and receive far more community support than the ones that don't. As for the governments, what usually happens in these situations, the governments are going to overly regulate. Right? So in the beginning, a lot of regulations, but as people notice that AI is making money, as people notice that even if you regulate it, it's underground now, the regulations will slowly be lifted to something that's more acceptable. Right now, again, people are freaking out over the fact that Darth Vader is sending death threats to kids on Fortnite. And I'm like, well, hold on a little bit. Like, it's not a real person. It's not going to come into your house to kill you. It's a computer program. There's no difference between Darth Vader using ChatGPT and an NPC character that's in a video game like Morrigan from Dragon Age. Literally no difference, right? Like, why are we freaking out over shit AI says? And why are children even playing video games like Fortnite without the supervision of the parents if the games are so dangerous? Like, okay, the AI said it different. Now it's national news. But when he logs in another match and plays with Skullfuck47, who's also a kid, and that guy, that kid, Skullfuck47, says the N-word or says something offensive, what then? Is it national news then as well? Like the hyper-exaggeration. Like, we need to dial everything to 11 and pretend we're morally outraged when everyone actually likes playing with Darth Vader. I find this hypocrisy to be insufferable. Everyone has to pretend to care about issues they don't really care about because other people will then start saying bad things. Anyway, right, let me know what you guys think. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.